For decades, if you were super wealthy, the game was pretty simple. Find a stable place, park your money, maybe even yourself, and you're golden. But what happens when that safest place on Earth suddenly finds itself on the front lines? Well, today, we're going to break down how a single crisis is sparking a massive trillion-dollar migration and literally redrawing the map of where the world's money lives.
Yeah, that quote from Felix Lai, it's definitely a wake-up call. That just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? This sends an absolute shockwave through the world of high finance. We're not talking about a simple market dip here. For the people managing these massive fortunes, it's like the ground beneath their feet just cracked open. And believe me, they are scrambling.
So, to really get why everyone freaked out, you have to understand what Dubai was. For years, it wasn't just one of the places to go. It was the place, a shiny, perfect oasis of stability. It was basically engineered from the ground up to be the ultimate safe harbor for wealth.
Get ready for this number. $1.2 trillion. That's just the wealth controlled by family offices in Dubai. It's a staggering amount of money, right? And it was all built on one simple promise. Your money is absolutely, positively safe here.
And wait, there's more. On top of that trillion, you can add another $700 billion in overseas investments booked through the UAE. So you see, this wasn't just some regional player. Dubai was a crucial hub for the entire global financial system. It was like a magnet, pulling in cash from Asia, Europe, you name it. And then, 2026, the unthinkable happens. That regional conflict between the US-Israeli coalition and Iran, it boils over, and it hits home. A drone strike lands near the US consulate right there in Dubai. In one moment, that shield of invincibility, it just shatters. The safe haven was, all of a sudden, not safe at all.
Okay, so the reaction to this? It was instant. And it was a gut reaction. When a city's one big promise, safety, gets broken, trust just vanishes. Poof. Money starts flying out, people start fleeing. And this wasn't some slow leak, folks. This was a flood, a full-blown exodus.
You could see it in the markets right away. The Dubai financial market just took a nosedive, plunging 4.7%. That was its biggest single-day drop in years since May 2022. It couldn't have been a clearer signal. Investor confidence, gone. Literally overnight.
But look, this is about way more than just numbers on a screen. Think about the human side of this. On the ground, multi-million-dollar deals just stopped, dead in their tracks. Families that were about to move to Dubai scrapped their plans, and the people already there, they hit the panic button, activating their emergency plans. Some were so desperate, they were chartering private jets for $300,000 just to get their families out of there.
And this brings us back to that quote from Felix Lai. He said his clients don't even care about the pricing. They just want to leave. Think about that. When people whose entire job is to care about pricing and numbers say money is no object, you know it's serious. At that point, safety was the only currency that had any value. So if Dubai is off the table, what's next? Where does $1 trillion even go? This huge wave of money and people, they all needed a new place to land. And so they started looking east. All eyes turned to Asia and its rising stars of stability.
But here's the thing. The whole idea of a safe haven was changing in real time. It wasn't just about low taxes and fancy apartments anymore. Nope. This crisis forced everyone to create a brand new checklist, a much tougher one, for what it actually means to be secure.
And you can see this new thinking in something called the Asia Safety Index. It basically ranks places on 5 key things. First, personal security, super low crime. Second, political stability. Third, great healthcare. Fourth, can it handle a natural disaster? And fifth, is it friendly to expats? For the super rich, these 5 things became the new deal breakers. And get this, it wasn't just money from the West or the Middle East that was fleeing. Even wealthy Asians who had moved their money to Dubai were pulling it back. They were retreating to the places they already knew and trusted, like Hong Kong and Singapore. You could really feel the tide turning, flowing right back to Asia.
All right, so among all the options in Asia, 2 frontrunners emerged pretty quickly. And they couldn't be more different, really. Each one offers a totally unique take on safety and lifestyle. On one side, you've got the city-state of Singapore, and on the other, its neighbor, Malaysia.
And this really breaks down the choice they were facing. Look at Singapore. Its residency program requires a cool $7.5 million just to get in the door. It's basically the ultimate fortress for your wealth. Then you have Malaysia. Their program is way more accessible. We're talking about a deposit of around $150,000. It's all about affordable luxury and a sense of cultural comfort.
So yeah, the choice really boils down to this. If your number one goal above all else is to lock down massive amounts of wealth in a super secure, nearly crime-free fortress, you go to Singapore, no question. But if what you're really looking for is a fantastic quality of life, luxury that doesn't break the bank, and a place that feels culturally familiar, well then Malaysia is the clear winner.
So when we step back and look at the whole situation, it's clear this is about more than just Dubai. The panicked flight from the city, it signals a really fundamental change in how the world's wealthiest people think about risk and what stability even means anymore.
And I think the biggest takeaway from the whole 2026 crisis is this. There's no such thing as a permanent safe haven. It's just an illusion. Stability isn't something that's baked into a location forever. It's actually a really fragile thing that can disappear in a flash. And that means the search for safety, it's not a one-and-done deal anymore. It's a constant, ongoing game.
Which, of course, leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on. Right now, the anchor of global wealth has been pulled up from Dubai. It's been dropped, maybe just for now, in Singapore or Malaysia. But as the world keeps shifting, and as the very idea of safe keeps changing, where does that anchor go next?